Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making this beautiful crochet distress top. I made one for myself and I'm going to be showing you how to make one for yourself. So this is a very beginner friendly tutorial and it is made to measure, so all sizes you can be able to make one for yourself. And I just love the way it is because this can be rocked for summer or spring, anything, as long as it's not so cold where you're going. So get your materials ready and we get rolling in a few. So the whole top is made up of 4 panels. The back panel, which is as stretchy as you can see it, and then the front panel, not so different from the back panel. See, same stitches, only that we leave out a neckline here. And then you're gonna need 2 sleeves, one on the left, one on the right, okay? And the sleeves are made in the round, so that makes it a little bit different. And your top will be done. After this, all you'll be doing is joining it. So you're going to make a slip knot, and after making a slip knot we are going to make a chain. You're going to chain in multiples of 24, so you're going to chain 24 plus 24 plus 24, and when you come up with your desirable length you're going to add 9 to that. It will make sense as you continue working. So for myself I made a chain of 57, so I meet you when you have a chain of 57, and this is measuring 19 inches long. It should be wide at this moment, right? Not long. So for row 1, I've tried to write it down so that you don't get confused, okay? Row 1, you're going to add on 3 more chains. This gives us 60 chains, okay? So this is a chain of 60. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come into the 5th stitch, okay? I counted 4 in the video, but please go into the 5th stitch from the hook with a treble crochet, and for a treble crochet yarn over twice, go into a stitch, pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on your hook. Now yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, okay? So this counts as 2 treble crochets, okay? The chain space counts as a double crochet, and you're gonna need 9. Like you can see, these are 9 treble crochets, okay, for row 1. So since we have 2, we are going to add on more 7. How do I count? So go ahead and make sure that you have 9 treble crochets, and the chain we have just skipped also counts as a treble crochet. So go ahead and make 9 treble crochets. So these are our 9 treble crochet stitches. Now you're going to make a chain of 15, and after making a chain of 15 you're going to skip 15 stitches down and work a treble crochet into the 16th stitch, okay? I've tried to write it down here so you can try to follow what I've written. Also, we are working on that chain. You can see the one which makes the whole top distressed, okay? After that you're going to prepare for a treble crochet by yarning over twice. So come down here, count off 15 stitches and work a treble crochet into the 16th stitch. So this is our first treble crochet. Go in to the next stitch with another treble crochet. This is our second, and now you're going to do this until you have a total of 9 treble crochets before you make another chain 15. So this is the third. Go on until you have 9 treble crochets. After those 9 treble crochets, again you're gonna repeat the same thing. Make a chain of 15, please, and you shall be skipping 15 chains down, or 15 chain stitches. Remember, we are still working on row 1. So come here, after making a chain of 15, come here and skip the next 15 stitches, and you're going to work a treble crochet into the 16th stitch here. And I decided to go into the back loop of the chain stitches. So this is 8 more treble crochets to go to make it a total of 9 treble crochets. So just go on until you have 9 more treble crochets. Okay, and that will be the end of row 1. This is the end of row 1. Your row 1 should be looking like this at this moment. So these are 9 treble crochets, as you can see. Now for row 2, you're going to make a chain of 4 and turn your work. So when you turn, you're going to place treble crochets on top of all the next treble crochets, which are 8. So the chain 4 does count as a treble crochet. So go into the second stitch with another treble crochet. This makes it 2 treble crochets. Now this is the third treble crochet. Go on until you have 9 treble crochets. You are going to make a chain of 15 like we did row 1. So after the 9 treble crochets, you're going to make a chain of 15, and then you shall be skipping 15 rows down, 15 stitches, and working into the 16th stitch with a treble crochet. So yarn over twice. Now come on top of this very first treble crochet. Okay, now after row 1, you don't need to do a lot of counting, because you are simply going to be placing 9 treble crochets on top of treble crochets, okay, and chain space on top of chain space. So we now have 7 treble crochets, and we're coming towards the end of row 2. Okay, so place your last treble crochet into that last space. Now this is the end of row 2. Okay, these are our 9 treble crochets. Now you're going to make a chain of 4 and turn. So I can say you're going to keep repeating row 2 until you have 12 rows for the back panel. So like I said, my back panel is made up of 12 rows. Okay, simply 12, but if you want to use longer, go ahead and make it longer. And my 12 rows are measuring 11 inches long. Okay, not so stretchy in length, but stretchy in width. So in width, I have 13 inches, and this is able to accommodate a size small and a size medium. So this is what I have: 11 inches long, 13 inches wide, but can stretch up to 15 inches. So for the front panel, I'm going to make 9 rows. So keep repeating row 2 until you have 9 rows for yourself. Okay, after the 9th row, which is measuring 8 inches at this moment, you'll begin working on the neckline. Okay, because your work has to be equal, the front panel, the inches have to be equal to the back panel in length. So how do we add on the other remaining 3 inches? We do that by simply adding on a row of 9 stitches. Okay, 3 rows of 9 stitches. And how do we do that? Attach your yarn here. Okay, come, place your 9 treble crochets, chain 4, place 9 treble crochets, chain 4, place 9 treble crochets, and your row. Okay, you do that in both the left and the right side. So in the middle, which should be the neckline, I'm leaving around 8.5 inches or 9 inches, something like that. So after that, you're gonna begin working on the sleeves, and you're working the sleeves in the round. So this is also very easy to make. For the sleeves, you're gonna make sure that you you make your chain in this format, okay? It has to be 9 plus 15, then plus 9 plus 15 plus 9 plus 15. Make sure that you end on 15 chains, okay? So go on. I made a chain of 48 and that is measuring 40. No, it's measuring only 15 inches long. After that, come make a slip stitch into the first stitch here. After making your slip stitch, you're going to make a chain of 4. Make a chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. After making a chain of 4, now you're going to begin working in the rounds, okay? So yarn over twice and go. Since you have worked into that stitch already, you're not going to work into it, but rather go into the second stitch and you're going to be placing 9 treble crochets, okay? So the first chain 4 counts as a treble crochet. So this is the second, now this is the third treble crochet, and go on until you have 9 treble crochets. After 9 treble crochets, remember you're working in the round. These are 9 treble crochets. You're going to make a chain of 15 again. Now count off 15 stitches or 15 chain stitches, because remember we are now working on row 1. So go into the 16th stitch with a treble crochet. And now you're going to treble crochet into the next 8 stitches until we have a total of 9 treble crochet stitches. So this is what you should be having at this moment. Now you're going to make a chain of 15 and we shall end the row by slip stitching into this space or the chain 4 space. Remember the chain 4 space, the chain 4 we made when starting row 1. Yep, we are going to be slip stitching on top of that stitch or in the space, okay? So come here. If you count, these are going to be 15 stitches, the ones you're skipping actually, okay? This is the 15th, okay? We worked into that stitch, so you don't count it, but rather you're going to come into the space here, or you can go on top of that stitch or into the space. That is really up to you. So you're going to slip stitch. So this is the end of row 1, and now we are going to be repeating row 1 until we have 23 rows. That's for myself, but you can measure it on your arm to see the length you need. So make a chain of 4 and repeat row 1. Only that row 2 is much better since we know the stitches you're working into, okay? So chain 4, do not turn your work, but rather just go ahead and place 8 treble crochet stitches into the next, on top of the next 8 treble crochet stitches, okay? After that, chain 15, come here, place 9 treble crochets, chain 15, come here and slip stitch your work, and continue repeating that until you have 23 rows for the sleeve. And this is for 2 sleeves, the left sleeve and the right sleeve. My 23 rows are measuring 19 inches long, okay? So you can make yours as long as you want them to be or as short as you want them to be. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to join our work together. So you're going to attach your yarn, and after attaching your yarn, make sure it's tight and in place, okay, because we don't want it moving. You're going to make a chain of 3. Remember, we're attaching our yarn on the top right corner. So after that, come to the back, go into the top right corner still. You see the space there, and just slip stitch into that space, okay? After that, you're going to make a chain of 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Come on the front panel. Now we are going to skip the next stitch here, Okay, skip that stitch and work into the next stitch, a slip stitch, chain 3 again, go to the back panel, skip the next stitch and work a slip stitch into the next stitch. Skip that, work here, slip stitch, chain 3 again, come to the front, skip the next stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch, and you're going to repeat this until we have no more stitches to work into. So this is what you should have, chain 1 and cut your yarn. Okay, so we are done joining one side and you're going to be joining the other side in the exact same way. So when you're done joining the top of the shoulder, now it's time to join the sides. Okay, I'm just going to be joining off 5 inches. Those are around 5 rows, okay, downwards. And this we shall be leaving out our armhole, of course. So just come here, we are leaving out around 6 inches and joining together 5 inches. So you're going to attach your yarn, make sure it's tight and in place, and now you're going to make a chain of 3. The same way we join the upper part is the same way we're going to join the sides. So make a chain of 3 and now come to the, remember we counted 5 rows, 5, attached our yarn, 1 2 3 4 and 5, come on top of the 5th row there and slip stitch, make a chain of 3 and come on top of row 4. You see we are not working into this space but rather exactly where that row starts from. Okay, so chain 3, go to the front, do the same thing, slip stitch, chain 3, come to the back, slip stitch, chain 3, go to the front, okay, slip stitch there, and repeat this up until the end of the, until you have no more spaces to slip stitch into. I was gonna say end of the row, but there are no rows here. So go ahead and slip stitch your work, but it's not mandatory for you to use this method to join your work. You could simply grab your darning needle and just sew the whole thing together, or you can use the single crochet method. There are quite very many methods to join our work, but I just prefer to use this method to join my work, and I hope you like it. Coming towards the end, okay, slip stitch and chain 1, cut your yarn. So we are done joining the sides, and I hope you have something that looks like this. Quite simple yet so spectacular. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to attach our sleeves, and this should be the easiest part for you. Even though I think people find this as the hardest thing, this should be actually the easiest, okay? Because just come under arm. Yeah, we have already joined the top. Now we have the underarm of the top, okay? You can put it all around the sleeve like that, or you can just make it an off shoulder like I made mine, okay? So just attach a bit of space. I don't know how to explain this, but just go underarm and now bring your sleeve and just slip stitch it together. Okay, you can decide to slip stitch your work together ranging from the middle of the chain 15 space on the sleeve, and come on slip stitch the whole 9 stitches, and then slip stitch also the another middle of the up to the other middle of the 15 chain stitches. Okay, and I don't know why I'm running away from the camera, but I hope you figure it out. It's quite so easy, really. And if you find trouble here, please feel free to let me know so that I can help give you more information. So slip stitch your sleeve, and we are not slip stitching the whole of it. Remember, I've said you can decide to range to slip stitch from just half of the 15, chain 15, come slip stitch all the way, all the 9 stitches in between there, and then slip stitch just half of the other 15, leaving out the other rest. Okay, and all this is to be done underarm, so do this for both sleeves. When you're done, chain 1, cut your yarn, pull out the loop. So all you have to do right now is weave in the ends. Yep. And if you don't know how to weave the ends, please watch my previous videos. So weave in the ends and your top is ready to wear. So if you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, can comment on it, and if you have any question, queries, suggestions, anything you'd like to see me crochet for you, just drop it in the comment section below. And thank you for the love you're showing to my videos of late. So thank you for watching and happy crocheting.